How's it going, everyone? It's time once again for my weekly watch list. Basically, just my favorite setups for the upcoming week and how I'm going to trade them. So, without further ado, let's get right with it. But I need everyone to stick around to the end. Don't just, go through this, grab these first levels. I have a nice swing trade setup that I'm eyeing, possible leap trade. We'll talk about it when we get to it. I was put onto this by one of our members during our live. He showed me the setup. I really liked it. It's in demand. Anyways, we'll talk about it then. Let's get on with this. So I like this. I like NQ above 750.5. So 24,750.5. I like longs above that level. We have room up to that 24,800 area. And if we break that, we got quite a bit of room above that level. I don't see much resistance after that until we get like way up here around this 890. So definitely going to watch this for a possible long entry. That would be a possible breakout trade. So, they tend to be a little higher risk. So maybe a lighter size, close back below, maybe get out. Just be sure you manage it well. I see a lot of people here recently, people coming into the game and they don't understand risk management. And in my opinion, you shouldn't be trading if you don't understand risk management. It's just a good way to lose money and lose it quickly. So I like this 24,400 area for a bounce when we get down there. And check this level out. This is a big daily level. If we, when we do pull back, whenever that is, if we do, I will be watching this level down here for a possible bounce as well. Up next, ticker ES. You can trade ES futures or, SPY options, SPX options, whichever you prefer here. But I do like longs above this 705 on ES. It looks solid. We get above that, we have room up to 720. Looks good. But if we pull back, you all know I like catching bounces more as opposed to breakout trades. So I always look for a good pullback entry. And I don't really see anything until we get down here around this level, this 624 down to 620. And we can watch this area for a possible long entry. If we flush this, we don't get any confirmation. I will watch this 6,600 area for a bounce. Up next, ticker SPY. I actually have a couple bounce levels here. I forgot to put this in. Same thing we've seen on ES. Well, not the same thing. Very similar setup. Wow, I'm just slacking altogether this morning. Thought I had this marked out. Maybe I did on my other chart. Anyways, so 3 bounce areas here on SPY, kind of close together. The first one I'm going to watch for a possible call entry or ES long entry is a 654.4 area, 0.5 area. Then below that, that 652 area looks solid. This is just basic support and resistance, everyone. Nothing fancy about this, but just because it hits these levels doesn't mean the trade's going to happen. We have to wait on confirmation. That's the only way. And below that 652, that 650 area is my next possible bounce. You're probably wondering, can you trade these from the downside? Sure. This is the same thing. Just wait on confirmation. So if we break this, came back up, retest this area, we see a nice reversal candle. We see it matching our game plan, trading plan, whatever. Yeah, sure. I'll be down to give it a short entry from, retest from below, especially this level. We've respected it really well. This is exactly what I like to see for my level. See how each time we've touched it, we've had really nice moves, not a whole lot of chop. And that's the levels I like to day trade, especially this year. It just has been, as far as trading NQ and stuff goes, it's been hard to catch day trades and get the continuation that I want. So, been more of a scalper's market. Just talking, right? Just giving you all my raw thoughts about the market. All right, YouTube, I'm convinced that it has erased my levels at this point. All right. Okay, here we go. Back to it. We have an area here. It's kind of a big zone. I tried to make these zones tradable for us, right? When I'm creating NQ zones, ES, I'm not just going to make a 200-point zone on NQ and try to day trade it with you. That's another challenge that comes in, is actually finding levels in zones that are tradable on a day trade, right? It's not like we have weeks to hold this. Sometimes some of our trades only last seconds, right? But ideally, like I was saying before, we create our levels. Actually, I want to go back to that. Not often I like a level, you can see that clear of a support on SPY. Hourly time frame is my favorite for finding day trading levels. Tends to work out best. And like I said, you can find zones, levels that are small enough to trade. You're not set in a massive chop zone, basically. QQQ. I'm going to watch this 587.8 area for possible bounce. Looks solid. If we fail it, I will look for the retest from below for a possible put entry. And below that, I don't have anything until that 580. I mean, we could watch this 584, but I don't like this. So I'm going to watch this 580 if we fail that. And keep in mind, I go live every morning on Instagram. We create a new game plan there every day. We keep these weekly levels on watch, but you know, we're creating new zones throughout the week. So we get on there every morning around 8 a.m. we actually start the watch list at 8:30 a.m. ET, but we get on there and we get prepared, right? We get ready for the day. Then we go live on YouTube, and I'm always live inside Team Pool. You all know that. Hopefully you all are there with me. If not, would love to have you. But I do go live on YouTube as well throughout the week. I'm going to stick with this 587.8 area and this 580. Up next is the swing trade I was talking about. Possible swing trade, leap trade. So leaps are the longest type of trade, right? It could last months to years. Swing trades, you know, could last days to months. I like this whole area we're in on TTD for a possible add. Probably add all in this zone here. Possibly keep my stop with a close below this. Maybe on the weekly. You can use the daily if you would like. We'll just have to play it by eye. See what we're seeing down there, but I like this whole area for possible shares. You could do some possible leap options. I haven't taken a look at the options, so cannot give you any good recommendations for them. I will say this, if I get into a leap trade, you know, I usually go 5+ months out on expiration. And for swing trades, I think with this setup, we could go with shares that could turn into a possible swing trade, or we go with options for leap trade conditions. I think that would be the best approach, but I'm open to suggestions. Like I said, a friend of mine and a guy that comes to live every day, he gave me this setup. He showed it to me. He said, "What do you think?" So I took a look. I was like, "I really like this." And anytime you all have setups you want me to check out, don't be afraid to send them to me. You know, we do this stuff for real. A good swing trade setup, leap trade, I'm always down to take a look at it. Send it to me in the comments here on YouTube. DM me on Instagram, or just show up to live. Let's talk about it there. We'll actually take a look on the screen. It's always a group effort there. That's what's so special about the lives we do together. So that is it for the weekly watch list. Let's focus in and let's make this week count. Appreciate everyone for watching this. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and turn the notifications on. Very important to have the notifications on so you don't miss a live and any upcoming videos.